G'day guys, I'm Mathilda and this is Hidden Rhythms. Welcome to your mat. Today we have a dynamic little sequence. It'll be a little bit of this and a little bit of that, all with some fluidity into it. We'll be moving through some more classic Vinyasa style movements, and then we'll also move into a few other little peak poses like birds of paradise and cobra for a little bit of heart opening towards the end. So we will get started in a seated position. We are starting with some pranayama, some breathing techniques or technique. So if you don't want to do this and you want to move straight into the movement and getting more into your body in a more physical way, then I suggest you skip this video forward. Otherwise, coming into a comfortable position, you can either be kneeling or you can sit up on something if you're cross-legged. Just an option, which takes a bit of pressure off the hips. Makes you maybe a little bit more comfortable. So just get yourself nice and comfortable here, finding a bit of evenness through the sit bones. You can place the palms where they feel comfortable, either over the knees or in the lap. And I invite you to find a steady gaze with the eyes or closing down the eyes completely. Just take a moment to roll the shoulders up, back and down a few times. Softening the jaw muscles, feeling the spine, lengthening up through the crown of the head and anchoring down into the earth through the sit bones. Allow the shoulders to come to stillness. And start to tune into your natural breath, coming in through the nose and out through the nose. And the breath we're going to be doing is called box breathing. And all that means is that we'll be breathing in for a count of 4, holding for a count of 4, exhaling for a count of 4, and then holding at the bottom for a count of 4. I'll be guiding you for most of the time, and then we'll do a few rounds just without my guidance. So just resting the awareness onto the breath. Allow the shoulders to melt away from the ears. And wherever you are in your breath, emptying the lungs completely and preparing to inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause, 2, 3, 4. Exhale through the nose, 3, 4. Hold at the bottom, 2, 3, 4. Inhale deeply, 3, 4, hold, soften, 3, 4, let it go, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, inhale, 2, 3, 4, pause, soften, 3, 4, let it go, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. And just continuing for a few rounds. You can count in your own head, going maybe slower or faster. Drawing the breath deeply down into the belly, feeling the lungs on the inhale. And try to soften around that held breath before letting the breath go gently, feeling the weight of the hips on the exhale. And just taking one more round of box breathing. Dropping the awareness down into the body, and as you reach your final exhale, there's no rush, just allowing the breath to return to a natural rhythm, a neutral rhythm. And I invite you to take the hands to heart center in prayer position. Just taking a moment to open your practice in your own way. Maybe it's just showing a moment of gratitude to yourself for showing up for yourself today. And releasing the hands down. Gently flicker the eyes open if they're closed. If you're sitting on something, just, pop that off to the side. Take the flesh out from beneath the sit bones if you're seated on the ground. And make sure that the sit bones are nice and even into the floor. From here, we're going to inhale to sweep the arms up into the sky. Take the gaze up. Interlace the fingers, press the palms to the sky, and lean back, rolling the shoulders back and down. Maybe you take the gaze up and back. As you exhale, take the hands forward, suck the belly button to the spine, and press the palms in towards the face. So the backs of the hands press away. Inhale, lifting up, arch through the spine, breathing in. Exhale, around the spine, palms face towards you. Once more, inhaling, lifting up, and exhaling, sweeping down and forward, sucking the belly in. As you inhale, lift up, release the hands. Twinkle the fingers as if there's energy shooting out through the fingers to the sky. And then we're going to take the right arm to the right and lean to the right, feeling a stretch through the left side of the body. Breathe in, reach up to the sky once again, and come to the left. Feel that stretch through the right side of the body. And just continue breathing up and over. You might be able to take the elbow down onto the ground. And as we continue, maybe you start just making it a fully fluid movement from left to right. Coming up and over. Synchronizing breath with movement. And then from here, when you come to the right-hand side next, you're going to sweep that left hand down and walk the hands over the front of the legs all the way to the side on the other side. Breathe into the right side of the body and fold over, crab walking the hands, taking a forward fold. So we're finding this fluid movement opening through the left side, crawling forward, fold, and opening to the right side. So just try to find smooth movement, smooth breath wherever possible. Deep breaths in and deep breaths out. Maybe you take your forward fold a little bit deeper as we come to our last stretch, side stretch on either side. When you find center again, just take a forward fold here. Maybe walk the hands out a little bit further and press the fingertips into the ground to keep the palms of the hands off the ground and just let the head hang. Maybe you take the gaze to the navel. On your next exhale, slowly walk the hands back and find yourself in a seated position once again. You're going to bring the palms face down over the knees. We're going to come into a movement called Sufi grounding. This is a somatic movement that's going to get into your spine and your hips. So it's basically we're keeping the hips as an anchor and we're moving the heart forward, around and back. So as you take your heart forward, breathe in, shine the heart forward, the shoulder blades go back. And as you exhale, lean to the side, suck the belly in, hold onto the knees to create that tension through the arms before coming to the other side. So just going in one direction first, breathe in and breathe out. Going as fast or as slow as you'd like, but I just encourage you to explore what it feels like to go a bit slower now. Reverse direction whenever you're ready. Deep breath in as you come forward and squeezing all the stale air out, out, out as you come back. The next time you come back, return to a neutral position, gently close the eyes, and just drop the awareness into the body, finding a moment of stillness, just one breath to notice how you feel. And opening the eyes again. We're going to keep the right leg where it is, but we're going to extend the left leg out. So it's kind of like a half wide leg. We're going to take the right hand behind us, press into the right knee and the left heel to lift the hips, take wild thing. You can cactus through that left arm to open through that left shoulder. Press the hips to the sky. Maybe take the head back. Breathe into the areas of sensation, of tightness, and sit it all the way down. We're going to take that 3 more times, breathing in and breathing out. Fluid movement. 2 more. Breathe in and breathe out. Last time coming up, when you come up, we're going to take the arm all the way around 3 times in a big circle. 2 and 3. Lowering all the way down. We're going to switch sides. So simple switch, left leg in, right leg out. We're going to turn to the left, left palm plants. Make sure all 5 fingers are spread nice and wide. And lift the hips, press through those anchors to rise. And just stay here for a breath or 2. Once again, the option's there to cactus through that right arm. Maybe lean the head back. Breathe into the heart space. Breathe into the lower belly. And lowering down. Kiss the floor with your butt. Lift up. Breathing in. Beautiful. Smooth movements. Smooth breath. Calm mind. And just 1 more. Down. And up. And when you come up, hold and take the arm in big circles as you breathe. 2. And just 1 more. 3. Coming all the way down. Cross the legs and we're going to come into a tabletop position. Stacking the shoulders over the wrists, the hips over the knees. Making sure all 10 fingers are spread nice and wide. From here, just want you to take your awareness into your belly button, your lower core. And I just want you to imagine that you're sucking and zipping up through your lower abdominals. So we're activating through our lower core there. So we don't want to see you dumping all of the weight into your lower back. So it's just a slight tuck, a slight activation. So from here, we're going to take the weight into the left knee. We're going to flex through both feet. And we're going to take a donkey kick. So taking the right foot to the sky. And I want you to just focus on engaging through that right glute. So before we start to move, I just want us to make sure that our right hip and our left hip are in line, so we're not lifting through that right hip. And I want you to make sure that you're not arching through the spine, so we're keeping that nice activation through the core. Make sure the shoulders are pressing down through the hands, flexing through those right toes, and then taking the knee back down and up. And just continuing with this movement. We're warming up through our right glute here. And keep breathing in and out. In and out. And we'll go for 5 more. I want you to pay attention to the in-between movement. So not just the end of the donkey kick and the beginning, but that middle bit. On your next up kick, I want you to pause at the top. And then we're going to take little pulses using the glute only. Squeezing the glute to lift. And your knee and foot might not move that much. 2, 1. Leaving it there, we're going to tuck the left toes and lift the left knee, coming into a low bear. So from here, we're going to take the right knee to the right elbow and back, donkey kick. Right knee, left elbow and back. Left knee is hovered. Right elbow and back. You've got 2 more. Left elbow, using the core, and back. Right elbow and back. Left elbow and pause. For 5, 4, suck the core. 3, 2, and 1. Return both knees to the ground. Untuck the toes, take a moment in child pose. Sinking the hips back and down. And extending the hands forward. Just let the body melt, maybe reconnect with your breath. Deep breath in and out, returning to tabletop. We'll do the same on the other side. So before we begin, just tuck the toes under and make sure that you're zipping up through the lower belly, sucking the navel to the spine. Taking the weight into the right knee, you're going to take that left foot up to the sky, donkey kick up. And just pause for a moment there. Actively squeeze through the left glute. Make sure you're not arching into the left. into the lower back too much. And from here, we're going to drop the knee down and up, using the left glute to go down and up, and just continuing this to the rhythm of your own breath. Smooth movement. We're not just being an actual donkey and throwing our legs around. We're being a graceful donkey. And going for 3 more. And 2. Breathe. And 1. When you get to the top, we're going to hold and take some pulses. So as if you're trying to squish something into the ceiling with your left foot, the sole of your left foot. So you're just using the left glute, so your leg might not even move that much. And then taking it to stillness in our donkey kick, you're going to tuck those right toes under and come into a half bear, lifting the right knee. Keep that right knee lifted, left knee, left elbow. Donkey kick. Left knee, right elbow. Donkey kick. 2 more times. Left elbow. Press the floor away. Lift. Right elbow. And lift. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Lower everything down. Take the knees wide. Untuck the toes. And rest back into child pose, taking a well-deserved break. If you'd like to, you can rock the hip from side to side. Maybe taking the head from side to side, massaging out through the forehead. And taking one more grounding breath back into the body, inhaling. Maybe sigh it out through the mouth. Then from here, you're going to ripple up through tabletop and drop the hips, come into a high cobra. Lift the heart. You can bend the elbows as much as you need. Tucking the chin, sucking the belly up. We're going to ripple back through a cat into our child pose. Just continuing with this fluid movement, taking the spine and the heart forward, dropping the hips, opening through the heart, and exhale, pressing back, child pose. Inhaling forward, last time, and exhaling all the way back into child pose. As you take your final breath here in child pose, making your way up into a downward facing dog, spreading all 10 fingers, tucking the toes, lifting the hips, and finding a moment here. Maybe you bring a little bit of movement into your dog pose, bending and straightening through each leg, lifting the hips, maybe taking the head from side to side if there's tension through the neck. And then finding a moment to connect back into the places where your body touches the floor, anchoring you to the earth. Feeling length through the back of the neck. We're going to find our way to plank pose. So rippling forward, you might have to adjust the feet and finding a plank. We're going to come to Vashisthasana, side plank. So dropping the heels to the right, bringing the weight fully into the right hand and floating the left fingertips to the sky. You can drop that right leg down if you like, that right knee. Otherwise you can keep the feet stacked or side to side. Take the gaze to the top hand. Squeeze through the right side of the body to lift and rainbow arch the body. From here, we're going to come into our extended leg side plank. For balance, if you need, you can take the gaze down to the right hand, always bending that left leg up and in. And you can either place the left foot onto the right leg, or you can interlace your first 2 fingers with the big toe and extend that left leg up. And we're just going to hold for 3, 2, lift a little higher, 1. Take the gaze to the top of the mat, step the left foot all the way to the top of the mat. Set the feet up for crescent lunge, lift up. Breathe in, crescent. Staying for a breath, roll the shoulders back and down. Drive back through the right heel, squeeze through the right glute. Lift up a little higher through the hands. Then we're going to take the hands to heart center, prayer position. Turning to the left, we're going to hook the right arm around the left leg and find our twisted lunge. Taking the gaze back behind you, the option is there to take the right hand down to the floor and the left hand to the sky. Wherever you are, breathing into the belly and breathing out, let it go. If you've extended your arms, bring them back to prayer pose. Take the gaze to the top of the mat. We're going to step both feet to the top of the mat. From here, we're going to come to a halfway lift, placing the fingers down in front of the toes. Inhale, take the gaze forward. And as you exhale, forward fold, maybe bending at the knees, let the neck go. Then from here, we're going to take the left arm through the legs, bend through the left leg, straighten through the right leg, and reach the right arm all the way up and around to the left hip. If you can, try and take a bind by bending through that left arm and holding on to both hands. You can either stay here, otherwise if you'd like to try Bird of Paradise, maybe take the gaze to the mat for a bit of balance. We're going to lift the left heel and try and press down through that right foot to lift up, taking the left leg up, up, up. You might stay in the bent leg position, pressing through that right foot. Breathe in to extend if you'd like. Try to keep the heart proud. Keep smiling and holding for 3, 2, lift a little higher, and 1, slowly lowering down if you're in Bird of Paradise. And releasing the bind, coming back to a halfway lift, breathe in. And breathe out, take a forward fold. Take a halfway lift once again, lengthen the spine. And exhale, press the palms and step back to a plank pose. From here, we're going to drop the elbows down onto the ground, lift the hips and walk the feet in a little bit, coming to dolphin pose. Press through the palms of the hands, the elbows and the forearms to lift the hips up and back. And stay for a breath. Take the gaze forward, press through the hands, lift the elbows and come forward into plank once again. Chaturanga, bending the elbows in towards the body, over the toes, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Staying for a breath. We'll do the same on the other side. So ripple forward into plank. Spreading through all 10 fingers, pressing through the fingers. And we're going to come onto our left side, finding your side plank. Right fingertips sweep high. And finding your variation of your feet, whether your left knee is down or you're stacking the feet. And then lifting that right knee up and in. You can either take the foot to the leg or you can interlace the fingers around the big toe. Maybe extend and holding for 3, 2, lift a little higher, gaze to the top of the mat, step between the hands, set the feet, crescent lunge, breathe in. Squeeze through the left glute, breathe out to ground. Stay for 1 more round of breath. And take the hands to heart center, prayer position. Ground through both feet to turn to the right. Hook the left elbow to the right knee. And find your twisted lunge. You can take the left hand down to the floor and take the right arm up. Try to straighten as much as you can through that left leg. But listen to your body. 1 more breath here. Sticking with it. If your hands are open, taking them back to prayer position, you're going to take the gaze to the top of the mat and try and step your left foot up so that the foot meets the other foot. Halfway lift, taking the fingers to the floor, inhale. Exhale, forward fold, let it go. From here, we're going to take the right arm underneath and through the legs. Straighten the left leg, bend the right leg, and wrap that left arm all the way back and over to the right hip. You can stay here or you can take the bind. Wherever you are, just listening to your body. If you'd like to try for Bird of Paradise, now's the time. Remember to keep smiling. This one really gets into the left glute. So lifting the right heel, pressing down through all 4 corners of that left foot. Slowly lifting up. You can either stay here or experiment with lifting and straightening through that right leg. Staying connected to breath. Press through the left foot for 3, 2, 1. If you're in bird of paradise, slowly lowering down. Releasing the hands, come to halfway lift. Breathe in. Breathe out, forward fold, let the neck go. One more halfway lift. Breathe in. Breathe out, press the palms, step or hop back to plank, chaturanga dandasana, halfway down. Inhale, lift the hips, lift the heart. And exhale, downward facing dog. Staying for 3 breaths here. Deep, nourishing breaths in through the nose, maybe out through the mouth. We're going to baby step the feet all the way forward, one by one, until they come up to the top of the mat between the hands. Finding a halfway lift. Maybe take the gaze a little bit further. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees nice and deep. Press through the feet to ripple up vertebrae by vertebrae. Slowly, slowly coming up. Head is the last thing to come up. When you reach the top, reach the arms up, sweeping that beautiful energy up, sealing it between the hands and drawing it down to heart center, prayer position. Tadasana, release the hands down. Bring the big toes together at the top of the mat. Heels slightly apart, standing up nice and tall. We're going to move through a few sun salutation A's together. So finding a steady gaze with the eyes on the floor in front of you and taking the hands to heart center to begin. Exhale to feel that anchoring down through the feet. Inhale to rise, reaching the arms up to the sky. Exhale, hinging forward, swan diving forward, down, Uttanasana. Halfway lift, inhale, breathe in. Exhale, press the palms, step or float, chaturanga, down. Up dog, down dog. Stay for 3 breaths. Staying connected, letting thoughts come and go. Gaze to the top of the mat. Step or float the feet between the hands, halfway lift. Uttanasana. Press through the feet to rise, flat back, sweep the arms up. Seal the palms and draw the energy down. And again, breathe in, rise up. Exhale, swan dive forward and down. Same as that round, inhale, halfway. Chaturanga, step or float. Upward facing. Downward facing. Stay for 1 breath. Any tension in the jaw, let it go. Gaze to the top of the mat, step or float forward, halfway lift. Breathe out, Uttanasana. Rise on your inhale, lifting up. Hands to heart center. Another round, breathe in. Second last round, breathe out. Breathe in, halfway. Chaturanga, step or float back, down, up dog. Exhale, down dog, and staying for 1 breath. Release tension in the neck if you can. Step or float to the top of the mat. Halfway lift as you inhale. Let it go as you forward fold. Breathe in, press through the feet, rise. Hands to heart center, release the breath. Final round, you know what to do. Breathe in, rise up, fold.
halfway lift. Chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. One breath in down dog. Steady gaze, steady mind. Gaze to the top. Step forward. Halfway inhale. Uttanasana. Rise. Make the body as long as you can, maybe a back bend. Exhale, hands to heart center, prayer position. Release the hands by the side of the body. And just close the eyes for a moment. Just tune into how your body feels after a few rounds and a bit of practice. And bring your awareness into your feet. And notice how the weight of the body presses down into the earth and the earth presses back. And then feel that length up through the spine, the crown of the head, as you lengthen the body just a little bit more. And flickering the eyes open gently, finding a steady gaze. As you breathe in, raise the arms above the head. As you breathe out, come to chair pose, sitting the hips back and down. Breathe in, take the arms up and back, maybe take the gaze up. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold, let the neck go. Inhale, halfway lift, breathe in, lengthen. Exhale, press the palms, step back to a plank. From here, stay in plank. We're going to lift the right leg, engage through the right glute once again. Inhale, lift the right leg a little higher, point through the right toes. Exhale, knee to left elbow. Inhale, three-legged plank. Exhale, knee to right elbow. Inhale, three-legged plank, you got it. Exhale, left elbow. Inhale, three-legged plank. Exhale, right elbow, hold for 3. Press the floor away, 2, 1. Three-legged dog, press up and back, lift the right leg up to the sky. Take a breath here. Bend through the right knee, open the hips, scorpion. Keep the heart facing back, press through the hands to lift the hips a little higher. If you'd like, you can flip your dog, releasing the right hand, taking the right foot behind you, opening the heart, lifting the hips. Just stay for a breath. Returning to three-legged dog. If you're in scorpion, straighten your leg. Exhale, come to tiger curl, knee to nose, holding for 3, 2, 1. Step the right foot forward. Breathe in, low runner's lunge. Breathe out, pyramid pose, straightening through both legs. Doing this 2 more times. Breathe in, low runner's lunge. Breathe out, pyramid. Once more. And stay in pyramid. Draw the left hip forward, right hip back, and flex those right toes back towards you so you feel a bit more of sensation through the back of the right leg. One more breath. Maybe you take a forward fold here, taking the gaze to the navel, not the navel to the gaze. And then take the gaze forward again, bend through the right knee, press the palms, step back to a plank. We've got the same on the other side. Don't lift those hips too high if you're anything like me. And three-legged plank, lifting the left leg, engaging through the left glute. Beautiful. Stay connected to the breath, lift a little higher as you inhale. Exhale, left knee, right elbow. Inhale back. Exhale, left elbow, left knee. Inhale back, 2 more. Exhale, squeeze forward. Inhale back. Exhale, left knee, left elbow, hold for 3, 2, and 1. Three-legged dog, lifting the left leg, breathe in. Bend that left leg, open the left hip, scorpion the left leg. Once again, you can come to wild thing, flip your dog if you'd like, just an option. Breathing into the heart, the hips, the belly. Breathe out. Taking one more breath here. And then wherever you are, we're going to return to our three-legged dog, lifting the left leg, and then take a tiger curl, coming forward knee to nose, holding for 3, 2, lift the knee a little higher, 1, step it forward, low lunge, come up into the fingertips, exhale, hum pyramid, inhale, low lunge, exhale, pyramid, one more time. Next time you come to pyramid, stay. Feel the left toes draw back towards you. And maybe take a forward fold, letting the back of the neck open for your final breath. Take the gaze forward, bend that front knee, press the palms, step back to plank, move through your final chaturanga, bending down. Up dog as you inhale, and down dog as you exhale, taking 3 grounding breaths here. Inhale through the nose, blow it out through the mouth. 2 more. Final one. Dropping the knees down and walking the hands back, keeping the toes tucked under. We're going to take a little toe squat just for a moment. If this is too intense, you can take the hands down onto the ground in front of you. Otherwise, sitting back against the heels, roll the shoulders back and down, lengthen up through the spine. This is a beautiful opening through the fascia in the back of the foot. Also a good way to prepare for our next pose, which is camel pose. Taking one more breath here. If you haven't already, taking the hands forward in front of you, just enough so that you can lift the feet and gently point and flex through the toes. If you usually keep the toes untucked for camel, then please leave it there, otherwise coming up onto the knees. If you have sensitive knees, you can bring the mat so that it's doubled or tripled over. So as you come up onto your knees, I want you to take your awareness into your pelvis here. So our pelvis can either be tipped forward, tipped under, or in a neutral position. So with camel pose, we want to make sure that we're not tipping it forward and just dumping ourselves back into our lower back. So before we begin, take the hands onto the hips and just imagine that you're activating through your core enough to draw the tailbone down and away from you and your pubic bone up towards you. So from here, you're going to take the hands onto the lower back. Inhale to lengthen up, maybe the gaze goes up, press the hips forward, lean back and find some opening through the heart. That might feel nice to stay there or enough. Otherwise, you can release the hands back onto the heels or the ankles and find camel pose. Drawing the shoulder blades together. Breathe into sensation and breathe out to soften. Engage through the core, press through the knees to lift up. And then untuck the toes if they're not already, and just sit back down, hips against the heels, and just take a moment here, maybe wiggling the hips from side to side. A deep breath or two. We're going to do that again. So whenever you're ready, making your way back up. Once again, toes tucked under or not. Knees are hip width apart. And from here, finding that little pelvic tilt or activation through the core. Roll the shoulders back and down. Inhale, lift up. Press the hips forward as you exhale. Come back. That might be enough. If not, you can take camel again. Opening through the heart, the throat. So you can stay here wherever you are, or you can release through the left hand and take it to the back of the room. Feeling an openness through the left shoulder, the left underarm, and then switching sides. Left hand comes down, right arm comes up and back. And taking both hands down, engaging through the core to come all the way back up and sitting back against the heels, taking a moment to neutralize the spine, bringing the hands into the lap, maybe closing the eyes and just noticing any sensation after camel pose. Taking the knees apart, the big toes together. Take a gentle child pose. Maybe extending the hands forward and resting the forehead on the ground. And stay for 3 breaths, just to let everything settle. Feeling the weight of the hips. Feeling softness coming over the whole body. Taking a final breath here. And slowly, slowly walk the hands back towards you. Cross the ankles and sit back onto your butt. And then just rearrange yourself so that you can come down onto your back with your heels close to your sit bones, your feet flat on the floor, about hip width apart. Wrapping the shoulder blades down and under, we're going to come into a bridge pose. So the hands are palms face down alongside the body. And you feel the weight of the hips press through the heels and all 10 toes. Just slowly start to lift the hips up off the ground, vertebrae by vertebrae. And staying in bridge, if you'd like to wiggle the shoulders under and interlace the hands, pressing the palms and the fists into the ground to lift the heart, lift the hips a little bit more. If you'd like to take wheel pose, then you can. If you're staying in bridge, just honouring where your body's at, taking deep, nourishing breaths into areas of tension. If you're in wheel pose, try to find softness within the strength. Using the breath to move energy, to release blockages, to open the body, open the heart. Wherever you are, one more breath. Slowly lowering all the way down, letting the back land vertebrae by vertebrae until you come fully onto your back. Release the hands by the side of the body and just allow the knees to come in together, the heels to come out, the feet to come out as wide as the mat. And if it's available, to place your left palm over your belly and place your right hand over your heart. And just take a moment to integrate these back bends. Allow the body to acknowledge and download all this physical information and all this energetic information from our deliberate, aware, conscious breathing. Feeling the breath move like a wave. And taking the arms out wide like wings, we're going to drop the knees over to the left, taking a gentle twist here. And switching to the other side, knees drop to the right. And then you can take it to the other side and just switch from side to side if that feels good. Left to right, right to left. Feel an openness through the front of the hips, through the lower belly. And bringing the knees so they come up to the sky, and heel toe the feet back together. You're going to cross the right ankle over the left knee, figure 4. And that might be enough of a glute opener on the right glute for you. Otherwise, you can draw that left knee into the chest. You might want to interlace the hands behind the thigh or the shin bone and just press that right knee away to intensify if you need a little bit more. Feel the weight of the sit bones. Feel the weight of the body. Starting to slow down the breath. Slow down movement. Noticing a softness settling over the body. Switching sides whenever you're ready. Releasing the right leg down, the left ankle over the right knee. And finding your version, your expression of this hip opener. Breathe in and flood the whole body with awareness, with the breath. And breathe out to arrive fully here in this moment in your body. As you take your final exhale, there's no rush to release. And draw the knees into the chest and just roll the body from side to side, massaging through the lower spine. We're going to take a final twist before we come to our final pose. Arms come out wide like wings and dropping the knees over to the right. If you'd like a little bit more here, you can cross the left leg over the right. Breathing into the belly. Massaging the internal organs, and breathe out to release what doesn't serve you anymore. And switching sides. Taking the knees to the left, option to cross the legs. Draw the knees back into the chest and then extend one leg and the other, finding Savasana. Taking the feet as wide as the mat, palms face up to the sky. And release the head back down onto the mat, spine long. And I invite you to close the eyes. Or keep the gaze soft. Finding stillness. And just for the next minute or so, there's nothing to be done. Just allow the wisdom of the body to integrate and download all of the information that it's received from this mindful movement through our practice today. Letting go of control of the breath, and I'll call you back when it's time. Slowly, slowly, keeping the awareness on your internal experience. Start to bring a little bit of movement to the body. Maybe opening and closing the hands. Opening and closing the mouth, releasing through the jaw. And roll onto your side and tuck the knees to the chest. And make your way to a seated position, just how we started. Whenever you're ready, there's no rush. Keeping the awareness on your own practice, on your own self, and when you arrive in a seated position, drawing the hands to heart center. And keep the gaze steady or keep the eyes closed, whatever's best for you. And just noticing how you feel after practice. Watching and observing your body, breath, mind and soul as one. And we're going to rub the hands together to create heat, building that heat between the hands, and then placing the hands over the closed eyes, feeling the warmth, warming our face, our eyeballs and our eyelids. And then releasing the hands back into prayer with the thumbs at the third eye this time. A gentle bow. Namaste. Thanks for practicing with me, everyone. I hope you had a wonderful time on your mat and you feel great. Have a wonderful rest of your day, whatever's going on for you, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you. Bye.
You come to me in my dreams at night. We sit